We all know Mike Tyson as a true legend in the ring. From his professional debut, he was nicknamed a young knockout machine for building an undefeated record composed mainly of early victories thanks to the devastating power of his punches. But even so, every now and then, a fighter would emerge out of nowhere, threatening to shatter the harmony of his winning aura and give him a taste of his own medicine. Iron Mike, the Boy of Steel, fought numerous giants during his historic journey in the sport. However, there was one he truly feared. His name is Donovan Ruddock, a fighter brave enough to step into the ring and challenge Tyson on more than one occasion. In today's video, we'll revisit the events of their terrifying rematch. The night when Mike thought he'd secure an easy victory but had to fight tooth and nail until the very end. Make yourself comfortable. 12 rounds of elite boxing are about to begin. Mike Tyson and Donovan Ruddock first met in the ring at the Mirage Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas on March 18, 1991. As a heavyweight eliminator fight, Tyson was ranked as the #1 contender by the major organizations, while Ruddock held the second spot in the division. From the very beginning, Tyson's strength tested Ruddock's resilience. Uncertain how to approach the youngest heavyweight champion in history, Ruddock ended up on the canvas in the second and third rounds.
Ready for it, he threw his bomb. A hard body punch by Tyson. Tension with a knife. Both men throwing punches. Any one of which could stop it. Down goes Ruddock. This body attack is hit. He just doesn't quite get there. There's a left by Ruddock. A left by Tyson. And down goes Ruddock.
However, the tragic outcome for Razor Ruddock wouldn't come until the 7th round, when a deadly flurry of punches left him staggering. At that point, referee Richard Steele decided he had seen enough. Tyson won the fight via technical knockout at 2 minutes and 22 seconds of the 7th round, but Ruddock wasn't done yet. A new opportunity to face Iron Mike was on the horizon, and Razor was determined to seize it. Ruddock prepared with much more focus to go the distance for June 28, 1991, a date when the Mirage Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas would once again open its doors for him to face Tyson in what was promoted as the rematch. Once again, Mike entered the fight as the #1 heavyweight contender under the World Boxing Council, World Boxing Association, and International Boxing Federation. Due to his prior loss, 2 of these organizations had chosen to disregard Ruddock, leaving him as the second contender only in the eyes of the World Boxing Council. Dalby Shirley, Chuck Giampa, and Art Lurie faced the tough task of determining a winner at the end of the scheduled 12 rounds, provided the fighter's power didn't decide the outcome earlier. With Mills Lane as the third man in the ring, the fight began. Round 1. The fighters met briefly at the center of the ring. Tyson's aggression forced Ruddock to move along the edges. Eventually, the clash of strength led to the first clinches. Ruddock tried to position Tyson with his left hand to land a solid shot, while Mike targeted the body. The round ended with both fighters exchanging punches in a corner even after the bell.
Jab from Ruddock. Big right by Tyson. He's got him in trouble. Wobbles Ruddock a bit.
Round 2, Tyson entered the second round with caution. He took a few moments before attacking, pressing Ruddock against the ropes. Razor landed solid right hands but dropped his guard during a break. When Lane allowed them to resume, Mike surprised him with a fierce right hand that sent him to the canvas.
Just loading up with the right. Ruddock should be smothering him. He's letting him punch on the inside. The punch is up, says Mills Lane. Oh, down goes Ruddock, up and overhand right.
This was the spark Donovan needed to ignite his fire. Despite Tyson's infamous attempts to end the fight, Ruddock held his ground and made it to the end of the round. Round 3. Tyson had a clear goal for the third round, to break Ruddock down and push him to his limit. To his surprise, Razor had set the same objective for Tyson. The clash of forces led to controversial clinches and brief exchanges of punches. Still, Ruddock seemed far from breaking. From the most optimistic perspective, he appeared to be giving Mike some trouble.
Ruddock
Round 4. Razor extended his left hand to keep Tyson at bay, but his passive approach led to another trip to the canvas. Another powerful right hand shook the arena and gave Donovan yet another reason to return to his aggressive stance. After getting up, Razor successfully neutralized Mike's brutal offense and prevented him from advancing further toward victory. Even in the clinches, Ruddock seemed to have gained some control over the fight. Round 5. Ruddock used his good footwork to avoid standing still in front of Tyson. Out of nowhere, the 5th round seemed to ease the fight's intensity thus far. Occasionally, Razor delivered solid combinations, reaffirming his reputation as a knockout artist. Mike, however, did not hesitate to respond, seeking close-range exchanges.
Seen too many jabs and combinations. Here's a double left. Even through round 5. Body attack is kind of a thing of beauty. Ruddock with the miss, but countered by Tyson.
Round 6 Razor seemed to find a strategy for the 6th round. Keeping his distance and extending his left hand, he avoided facing Iron Mike's wrath head-on. Ruddock appeared to time his attacks effectively, entering at the right moments to deliver strikes while minimizing damage. Even so, Tyson's fury remained a constant threat, always looming with the potential to send him back to the canvas. Round 7. Donovan repeated his strategy as the 7th round began, forcing Tyson to start driving him against the ropes. In the midst of clinches, Mike landed a few punches to Ruddock's face and body. However, at a distance, Ruddock seemed to take control. Mike's patience ran thin as the round came to a close, and Razor got a glimpse of the punishment he could endure if Tyson got too close for too long. Round 8. With his patience gone, Mike saw red throughout the 8th round. His attacks seemed calculated but were driven by an irrational force. He managed to pin Ruddock against the ropes more than once, though not enough to fully dominate him. The intensity of the fight surpassed its limits once again, with both fighters exchanging punches after the bell. This led to Razor being penalized with a point deduction on the judges' scorecards.
Not as hot. Tyson. Again, action after.
Round 9, Tyson was truly at his limit in the 9th round. He attacked Ruddock relentlessly but made little progress towards securing a victory. Razor had transformed into not just a powerful fighter, but also a resilient one. He had figured Tyson out and learned how to avoid being overwhelmed by his devastating offense. Ruddock's tactical wisdom forced Tyson to lose composure, leading to a couple of low blows. For this, Mike was penalized with a point deduction on the scorecards.
Get it on. Oh, nice uppercut. 2 nice uppercuts by... If he can... Oh, nice.
Round 10, Ruddock continued to move around the ring to avoid standing directly in front of Tyson. Mike tried to stay close, but even the young knockout machine began to show signs of fatigue. Razor appeared to have Mike exactly where he wanted him and proved it with powerful hooks just under a minute before the round ended. Mike's body wavered under the impact, but he didn't go down.
Razor Ruddock. Hard. Tyson digging to the ribs. Over 12. Oh, nice counter.
Round 11. With 6 minutes left on the clock, both fighters unleashed their heavy artillery. Ruddock and Tyson exchanged power punches at the center of the ring, with forceful clashes that ended in controversial clinches. It was an all-out brawl pitting Razor's uppercut against Iron Mike's left hand. Despite their efforts, neither fighter hit the canvas.
Tyson's got to go back. Oh, he got hit again. Another right hand. Tyson low blows. He's little, and Ruddock is very tall. And the risk here is enormous. Right hand by Team Power. The fight with Holyfield. Ruddock's face is going to look like a mess.
Round 12. The final round began, with only 3 minutes left to survive. Ruddock tried to keep his distance while Tyson approached with more caution. At this stage, neither fighter wanted to hand victory to the other on a silver platter due to a mistake. It seemed they had silently agreed to finish the fight on their feet, and so they did.
Don't go away. This is heavyweight action at its best. Doubling up, he comes back fighting. What an exchange! Tyson is a fighting machine. Oh, Tyson just got hammered. Certainly not me.
With the sound of the final bell, the outcome was left to the judges. A friendly hug restored the competitive atmosphere in the arena. Judges' decision. When the ring announcer took the microphone, the tension in the arena was palpable. The deafening silence was soon broken as Tyson was announced the winner by unanimous decision. Perhaps, given Tyson's previous victory, Chuck Giampa, Dalby Shirley, and Art Lurie saw the fight as a failed attempt by Ruddock to reclaim his honor by defeating his nemesis, rather than as a significant achievement for finishing the fight on his feet. Conclusion. If you've made it this far, thank you. Remember, the best way to support my content is by leaving a like on this video. Do you think the judge's decision was fair, or did Ruddock deserve at least a split decision loss? Let me know in the comments. Throughout his journey in professional boxing, Tyson faced daring fighters who vowed to destroy him once they stepped into the honorable boxing ring. One of them even threatened to kill him and tried to fulfill that promise outside the ring. In today's video, we'll relive some of the moments where Mike let his fists have the final word, punishing and torturing those cowardly rats who once dared to blaspheme his name. The level of violence you are about to witness is unparalleled. Tyson versus Donovan Ruddock. Our journey of pain and agony begins on March 18, 1991. In the ring at the Mirage Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Tyson embraced his destiny by facing the arrogant Donovan Ruddock for the first time. It was a heavyweight elimination bout scheduled for 12 rounds of elite boxing. Mike entered the fight as the #1 heavyweight contender for the World Boxing Council, the World Boxing Association, and the International Boxing Federation. Ruddock was ranked number 2. So, fight summary. Tyson dominated his challenger from the opening bell.
Well, he's ready for it. He threw his bomb. Oh, all right. The button. Another solid right. It's done something. It stopped Iron Mike. Take the care. A hard body punch by Tyson.
His offense reached infamous levels by the second round, causing Ruddock's first technical knockdown. Bravely, Ruddock returned to the battle only to repeat his tragic scene in the third round.
He's trying to land fast counter punches, but they don't land. He's gritting his face. It's good shots. He just doesn't quite get there. There's a left by Tyson.
It was clear that containing Iron Mike's fury was costing Ruddock more than he had imagined. After 6 grueling rounds where Ruddock was at Mike's mercy, the fight reached its conclusion in the 7th round. Tyson stopped Ruddock with a barrage of punches that left him staggering, prompting referee Richard Steele to take pity on the grotesque scene and decide that the Canadian could not endure another second of torture.
That body shot sounded like he hit a drum. Again, the crowd groaned. Relentless attack by Tyson. Warning. Oh. Was a good shot by Ruddock. Desire. Looks like he's taking his rest. And it's time. But he's half standing this kind of barrage. Oh, right by Tyson. Just then. Tyson has Ruddock on the rope. It's Tyson.
At 2 minutes and 22 seconds into the 7th round, Mike Tyson defeated Donovan Ruddock by technical knockout. Rematch: the fighters met again in the ring at the Mirage Hotel and Casino on June 28, 1991. This time, Ruddock aimed to stay on his feet until the end of 12 brutal rounds of elite boxing. However, he once again tasted the bitter flavor of defeat when Tyson was declared the winner by unanimous decision from the judges.
He's got to put some hard, stinging punches in there, or else
overhand right by Tyson, but it was well covered. A solid right. A heavy right by Tyson. Stop. Ruddock in trouble. This way. Oh, down.
now that he's got a 2-10-8 round.
Here's Ruddock with the left. Another left. Missed with the right.
Good hard punch by Tyson.
Tyson opening up.
Ruddock should be smothering him. He's letting him punch on the inside.
And then Ruddock answered with a low blow.
They both hit each other.
Mike Tyson versus Andrew Golota. Entering the new millennium, on October 20th, 2000, Tyson stepped into the ring at the Palace in Auburn Hills, Michigan, to face the towering giant standing over 2 meters tall, Andrew Golota. Golota boasted that Tyson's best years were behind him and didn't hold back in declaring how easily he would defeat him. Once in the ring, he realized that in boxing, fists have the final say. Fight summary. Tyson started the bout with great aggression, showing that height differences were still no obstacle for him. Golota tried to rise to the challenge but couldn't avoid falling behind on all the judges' scorecards by the end of the first round. The fighters met at the center of the ring for the next round, and once again, Mike unleashed the beast. However, the most controversial moment of this fight wouldn't occur during a round. During the break before the third round, Andrew Golota got off his stool and began walking to his corner, refusing to fight another round. "I quit," he kept repeating to his corner assistant, leaving referee Frank Garza with no choice but to end the fight. Tyson secured an easy victory via technical knockout at the end of the second round, while Golota became the target of the crowd's anger, who hurled trash and drinks at him as he made his way back to the locker room. The trauma of facing Iron Mike would keep Andrew Golota away from professional boxing rings for the next 3 years. Mike Tyson versus Mitch Green. Mitch Green was known in his time as the leader of a gang who wasn't afraid to publicly threaten anyone who dared to stand up to him, inside or outside the ring. Despite Tyson's undefeated record of 20 wins, 19 of them by brutal knockout, Green thought it was a good intimidation tactic to apply the same formula against him. By May 20th, 1986, when the fighters faced off in the ring at Madison Square Garden in New York, he would realize the grave mistake he had made. Fight summary: Tyson pressured Green throughout the fight. Mike didn't aim to end it quickly. Instead, he took his time punishing Green over 10 grueling rounds of elite boxing, leaving Green no option but to beg for the fight to end.
That jam in his face and not be intimidated by his punching power.
Mike Tyson, so we'll see what he does about that against Mitch.
He's aggressive right in front of his man. Now we see some hand movement, maneuverability.
And he did draw a warning from Luis Rivera, the referee, about holding. Green's in trouble.
He works his way in.
Now here we see White, the mouthpiece come out, lip punches.
Tyson demonstrated his endurance as a fighter, consistently attacking the body and head of the man who had promised to kill him, ultimately winning by unanimous decision after the 10th round.
I mean, Tyson, they're good uppercut. He has to take a stand eventually.
There was his right.
What's going to happen?
The winner for his 21st straight win and his 20.
The rematch on August 23, 1988, the boxing world was stunned when a rematch of the original bout between Mike Tyson and Mitch Green took place on the streets. That morning, Tyson stopped by Dapper Dan's, a clothing store popular among a clientele ranging from rap stars to pimps, to pick up a custom-made jacket. Green, who considered the area his territory, thought it was a good idea to confront him. Green not only made the mistake of initiating the argument, but also of throwing the first punch, which Tyson answered with a devastating right hand that landed squarely on Green's nose. The self-proclaimed street boss had no choice but to retreat home with 5 stitches, humiliated in his own territory. However, Tyson also paid a price for engaging with a gangster like Green on his turf. Without proper protection and having hit Green with such force, Tyson fractured his hand, causing a delay in his scheduled fight against Frank Bruno. Mike Tyson versus Trevor Berbick. Can you imagine winning the championship belt only for your first challenger to be Mike Tyson in his prime? This nightmare became a reality for Trevor Berbick on November 22, 1986, when he had to defend his World Boxing Council title against the young knockout machine Iron Mike. Meanwhile, Tyson was ready to make history in the ring at the Hilton Hotel in Las Vegas. Mike proved he had what it took to face a champion in the first round. Taking a measured approach to his great challenge, Tyson's offense escalated to a point of no return.
Pump that jab in the face. Tyson will come right through him, directly in front of him. That is, a little fight plan. The right hand gets him. It's the lazy left. Watch Tyson load up with left hand round 1. Tyson, Mike, as soon as, right hand, but the left hook clips him with the left hand. Look at this, combination, and Berbick ready to go. Again, he's gone. Catches him with a hook. Trevor's ready to go.
In the second round, the damage began when Tyson brutally knocked Berbick to the canvas with a series of devastating punches, ending with a lethal left hook. The newly crowned champion fell flat on his back, but quickly got up,
Right away, and he gets Trevor in trouble.
signaling to referee Mills Lane that he could continue. However, Berbick was not fine. He could only hope that clinching Tyson would be enough to contain his fury. His desperation became evident when he struck Tyson during a break, earning a stern warning from Lane.
And the heavyweight champ already dreaming is Trevor Berbick. Mike Tyson gets fined $5,000.
Ironically, his end came near the close of the round when a powerful left hook landed squarely on his temple, sending him crashing to the canvas.
He is the challenger here tonight, believe it or not. Instead he goes to the body downstairs, catches him with the right hand, up, bangs the body. Wow, that uppercut is Tyson. Catches him with the right left hook, and he goes down.
Berbick tried with all his might to get back up, but his strength was spent. By the time Lane counted to 9, all that remained was a stubborn and defeated version of Berbick, clinging to a title that was no longer his. At 2 minutes and 35 seconds, Tyson was declared the winner by technical knockout, making history as the youngest heavyweight champion in the world. Mike Tyson versus Tyrell Biggs. And someone who never expected to live to see Tyson make history of this kind was Tyrell Biggs, a man who was never afraid to mock him, even before either had stepped into a professional boxing ring. Biggs' gold medal, won at the 1984 Olympics, had been a point of contention between the two fighters for years. Tyson had been rejected by the committee selecting athletes to represent the United States due to his height. Biggs, chosen in his place, publicly mocked Tyson, gloating that Mike's dream of representing his country had been permanently crushed. On the night of October 16, 1987, in the ring at Atlantic City's Convention Hall, the fighters were finally free to settle their resentment with the force of their fists. How did it turn out? Better watch for yourself. Show uninterrupted highlights of the fight. After a prolonged and relentless beating, Tyson finally broke the proud Olympic medalist, claiming victory by technical knockout at 2 minutes and 59 seconds of the 7th round. Chapter closing remarks. If you've made it this far, thank you. Remember, the best way to support my content is by leaving a like in the comments. What other Mike Tyson fights would you like to relive in part 2 of this video? Let me know in the comments below. Iron Mike, throughout his professional boxing career, proved to be a true knockout machine, but there was no deadlier moment than when he was freshly primed. In today's video, we'll relive some of Mike's matches where he left his opponents in agony and their trainers begging for mercy. You won't believe the last one. Stay until the end to test how strong your stomach is while witnessing tragic scenes of regulated torture within the rules of the ring, where the strongest prevails. Cryos. Tons, the cunt Mike Tyson versus Pinklon Thomas. We begin this journey of pain and despair for Tyson's opponents with a stop on May 30th, 1987. By that time, Mike had already made history as the youngest heavyweight champion ever, He was defending the WBC heavyweight title for the second time, and for the first time, the WBA heavyweight title. For this new challenge in his career, the contender was none other than Pinklon Thomas. In the ring at the Las Vegas Hilton Outdoor Arena, Thomas felt he had a good chance of dethroning the newly crowned monarch, but reality couldn't have been further from his perspective. With Carlos Padilla as the third man in the ring for a scheduled 12-round match, the bout began. Pros. Tal fight summary. From the very first round, Tyson displayed his ferocious nature. His ruthless offense nearly disabled Thomas early on, though it wasn't enough to secure victory.
You may see that Mike Tyson still works. He still throws punches.
He's not to unload that jab.
Give him angles. Don't stand
By that as he comes in, he feigns left, he feigns right. There's a big left hand by Tyson, but Thomas is all right.
Well, I stated earlier, the key to this punch for Pinklon Thomas is the jab. He has not thrown the left jab to keep going.
His legs are not rock solid at this moment either. Cut under the left eye of Thomas. There's another left hand.
Thomas's jab tactics, along with clinching as a last resort to buy time in the ring, forced Tyson to scrape for a way to position himself for the decisive blow to end his opponent's agony.
And that's what he's trying to keep Rooney told him.
Starting to say swelling on both cheeks. There's a good jab again.
For the champion, the solution came abruptly in the 6th round. A relentless right hook to the body hurt Thomas, followed by a devastating right uppercut to the chin. This was one of the young Knockout Machine's favorite punching sequences, and one of the most damaging to his adversaries. However, what ended the Pink Man was a diabolical left hook straight to the head, leaving him in serious trouble. When the left hook landed, Thomas stumbled backward with a bloodthirsty Tyson still in pursuit. Tyson unleashed his relentless fists once again, hammering his already broken challenger with lefts and rights until he collapsed onto his back.
Trouble again, and now Tyson moves in for the kill. 2 uppercuts and a left hand, and a right hand behind it. Thomas trying to hold on. Serious trouble, and down he goes.
Thomas's eyes were glassy, and blood streamed down his face. Padilla leaned over him and began the safety count. By the count of 9, Thomas's trainer, Angelo Dundee, had climbed into the ring, signaling frantically for the fight to end. At 2 minutes into the 6th round, Mike Tyson was officially declared the winner over Pinklon Thomas via a devastating technical knockout. Mike Tyson versus Larry Holmes, continuing Iron Mike's path of terror. Our next stop takes us to January 22nd, 1988. By this time, Tyson had already defended his titles once more, adding another jewel to his crown, while challengers continued lining up for a chance to dethrone him. For the second defense of his IBF heavyweight title, the 4th of his WBA heavyweight title, and the 5th of his WBC heavyweight title, the challenge took shape in the legendary Larry Holmes, a warrior both in body and spirit. At just 21 years old, Tyson was 17 years younger than the 38-year-old Holmes. This fight was expected to be the ultimate test of whether youth's vitality outweighed experience in the ring. However, the odds didn't seem to favor Holmes, who had been out of the ring for 21 months. Choosing Tyson as his return opponent was arguably one of the biggest mistakes of his professional career. With Joe Cortez as the third man in the ring, the 12-round match was set to begin. From the first second of the fight, Tyson, already recognized as the undisputed champion, reaffirmed his dominance by taking an aggressive stance.
Larry trying to box him. Can that left jab keep him away? So far, Tyson is coming through it. Tyson showing no respect so far, boring in the way he always does. Larry not an honest fighter, and this is the first round.
During the first 3 rounds, the young Knockout Machine dismantled Holmes to the point of stripping away his fighting spirit.
Referee. One of the big questions, if in fact Larry can nail Tyson.
However, it wasn't until the 4th round that Tyson's fearsome fists delivered the coup de grace. A powerful right hand put Holmes in serious trouble. The hellish punch landed squarely on his chin, sending him crashing into Tyson's corner.
Holmes cannot continue that round after round. Oh, a big right!
Cortez started the count, and Holmes was on his feet by 4, clutching the ropes as the mandatory 8 count was completed. Shaking his head a couple of times to clear his senses, Holmes stepped away from the ropes, only to face Tyson charging at him once again. Euphoric, Tyson unleashed lefts and rights, relentlessly searching for an opening to seal Holmes' fate. Suddenly, another devastating right hand sent Holmes bouncing off the ropes and collapsing onto the canvas. Stubbornly, he was back on his feet by Cortez's count of 5. As the fight resumed, Tyson seemed determined to finish things. He threw punch after punch, some landing so cleanly that Holmes's head snapped back dramatically. At this point, Holmes's corner could be heard pleading for mercy, shouting for the fight to stop. Yet Cortez allowed the nightmare to continue as Holmes tried to evade Tyson's relentless assault while the champion pursued him. Another powerful right hand sent Holmes crashing to the canvas, and as his lifeless body hit the ground, Cortez waved the fight off.
Come inside. There's the left. There's the right. Now he's ready to go again. He's hit with the left hand. He should be hanging on. Now with the right hand, the left hand. He's going to hang on, or he'll stop the fight. Down he goes. He is knocked out. Oh, he's hurt. It's all.
At 2 minutes and 55 seconds into the 4th round, Mike Tyson was officially declared the winner over Larry Holmes via a dramatic technical knockout. Tyson retained his titles, but in the opposing corner, the recovery from this brutal episode was anything but easy. Holmes did not fight for over 3 years following this loss, eventually returning to professional boxing in 1991 and retiring for good in 2002. Saatdrus Mike Tyson versus Frank Bruno. More than a year later, it was Frank Bruno's turn to endure torment in the ring. On February 25, 1989, Bruno challenged Mike in a do-or-die bout for his titles. This time, Tyson wasn't just defending the WBC, WBA, and IBF heavyweight titles, but also the prestigious Ring Magazine heavyweight title. In the ring at the Las Vegas Hilton Center, a 12-round display of skilled boxing was promised, but it took less than half that time to reach its tragic yet thrilling conclusion. With Richard Steele as the third man in the ring, the course of history continued to unfold. From the first round, Tyson was hailed by the sports press in the following days as a true professional fighter. His energy was compared to that of James Jeffries, who set the record for the fastest knockout in history against Jack Finnegan in 1900. Bruno hit the canvas almost before the timekeeper could drop his hammer. After getting back to his feet, the fight turned into a real clash royale.
Bruno has all the pride of England standing for him. He gets tagged again by a right hand. He's trying to hang on to Mike. All the questions about distractions have been answered as Tyson attacks. By catching him in the first round. He's nailed. The right hand catches Bruno. Left hook. Bruno looks ready to go.
The end came in the 5th round when Tyson landed a pair of short but devastating uppercuts. At that moment, Bruno's nose began to bleed. In retaliation, Bruno managed to land 2 punches to Tyson's ribs, but seconds later, the countdown to his defeat began.
Throughout a good portion of the fight against Al. Bruno was caught that time, and Tyson knows it. Tyson trying to attack now to finish him off. And Bruno's in big trouble now. He's ready to go. Tyson gives him room to come off the ropes. Scores with the uppercut. Lands a big right hand. He hits him with a right hand. Bruno trusts he can. He's still in big trouble. The uppercut catches him. The right hand catches him. He's really being hit now.
First came a powerful left hook to the jaw, sending Bruno against the ropes near Tyson's corner. There, the champion pounced on his challenger like a predator on its prey. Bruno, already defenseless, endured punches as forceful as a lumberjack striking down a tree. After 4 or 5 powerful blows to the head, referee Richard Steele stepped in.
As the big right hand lands, Tyson knows a fighter cannot be saved by the bells. He's got him in big trouble. If he doesn't answer it, Richard Steele has moved in and has stopped the fight.
By the time the fight was stopped, Bruno's trainer, Terry Lawless, was already stepping through the ropes to save his fighter. At 2 minutes and 55 seconds into the 5th round, Mike Tyson completely shattered Frank Bruno's aspirations and was declared the winner of the bout. Mike Tyson versus Trevor Berbick. Have you ever heard the legend of Trevor Berbick and how he was knocked out in just over 5 minutes after stepping into the ring against Iron Mike? This moment dates back to November 22, 1986, the night Mike Tyson made history by becoming the youngest heavyweight champion ever. But that's already a spoiler. In the ring at the Hilton Hotel in Las Vegas, Berbick faced the daunting task of defending his WBC heavyweight title for the first time. But with Tyson as his challenger, it was nothing short of a suicide mission. With Mills Lane as the third man in the ring, the beginning of the end for Berbick's brief reign was set in motion. Fight summary. Mike came out in the first round hungry for victory. Despite setting the pace and cornering the champion, the real damage came in the second round.
Otto here, standing toe-to-toe is not the way. This is a poor fight plan. Oh, the right hand gets him. Notice the lazy left. Watch Tyson load up with left and right. You get the idea that Mike, as soon as, a right hand, but the left hook is Berbick, and Tyson clips him with the left hand. Look at this, combination, and Berbick ready to go.
Tyson, the young knockout machine, ruthlessly sent Berbick to the canvas with a devastating series of punches that ended with a powerful left hook, leaving the champion no choice but to fall helplessly onto his back.
Championship of the world, Trevor Berbick and Mike Tyson. Tyson goes to work right away, and he's got Trevor in trouble, and he's...
To everyone's surprise, Berbick got up and signaled to referee Mills Lane that he was fine to continue. Perhaps this was the best display of resilience in his career. But Berbick wasn't fine. His struggle became evident as he tried to tie Tyson up in clinches to stop the deadly offensive. His desperation showed when, during a break, the champion resorted to a dirty move, striking Tyson. Lane, of course, couldn't ignore the foul and issued a warning. Ironically, Berbick's end came near the end of the round. Tyson landed an incredibly violent left hook to the side of Berbick's head. After a delayed reaction, the champion fell to the canvas.
Trevor trying to do all he can, but what he's not doing is holding off Mike with the left. And you see the cage. Instead he goes to the body downstairs, catches him with the right hand, up and landed. See Mike just pouring bone crusher Smith, straight jab time. Bangs the body, wow, with that uppercut is Tyson. Catches him with the right left hook, and he goes down!
Berbick, dazed and struggling, searched for his fallen crown while attempting to rise. The scene turned tragic as he stumbled toward the ropes near his corner and fell again. Still making desperate efforts to stand, his arms flailed uncontrollably. Berbick staggered back toward the center of the ring where he had originally fallen, only to collapse once more. They say there's nothing more dangerous than a wounded animal, but Berbick proved he couldn't even handle himself. Once again, the former champion tried to get up, stumbling toward a neutral corner. By this point, the spectacle had shifted from sensational to pitiful. It was sheer agony. By the time Lane's count reached 9, Berbick had risen from the canvas. Lane took a quick look at him to see if he could continue, but instead of letting the fight go on, he embraced Berbick, holding him back, and declared the fight over. At 2 minutes and 35 seconds of the second round, Mike Tyson made history by becoming the youngest heavyweight champion ever. And what an unforgettable ending it was. Partiza closing remarks. If you've made it this far, thank you. The best way to support my content is by leaving a like on this video. Which of Tyson's legendary beatdowns was your favorite, and why? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Few fighters have had a real chance to defeat the legendary Iron Mike in the honorable boxing ring. Setting aside Jake Paul's theatrics, Tyson's list of defeats is composed of elite opponents who gave him a taste of his own medicine with hard punches that sent him back to reality even at his peak. But did you know there was a true knockout artist who, although he never managed to beat Mike in any of their encounters, came so close that he earned himself the title of Mike Tyson's Nightmare? Welcome. In today's video, we'll relive the legendary clashes between Mike Tyson and Donovan Ruddock. I recommend discretion. The level of violence you're about to witness is not for the faint of heart. Raw's Content First Encounter. It was 1991, and heavyweight elimination fights were regaining interest whenever Tyson was seeking a new opportunity to go after the title. On March 18th, in the ring at the Mirage Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Mike faced a man who seemed unafraid of him, Donovan Ruddock. Tyson entered the fight as the #1 heavyweight contender for the World Boxing Council, the World Boxing Association, and the International Boxing Federation. But Ruddock wasn't a stranger to these organizations. For them, he had earned, through the strength of his fists, the position of #2 contender. For this reason, the fight between Tyson and Ruddock was expected to be an authentic clash of titans. 12 rounds of fine boxing, which unexpectedly came to an early conclusion. Tyson opened the fight with great aggression, proving that what he achieved at the end of the 1980s was not thanks to repetitive, lucky punches. With powerful blows, he managed to neutralize Ruddock's momentum and completely disarm him.
Ready for it. He threw his bomb. Oh, all right. A big punch. He stumbled after the punch. Oh, on the button. It's done something. It stopped Iron Mike.
Doesn't seem to care. A harsh body punch by Tyson.
Tensions flared when, after the closing bell, both fighters attempted to continue exchanging punches. By the second round, Tyson stepped up. Emerging from his corner with intense aggression, it didn't take long for a lethal left hook to send Ruddock to a technical knockdown on the canvas. Donovan's face told a story, but Tyson's lyrical brutality was far from finished. He continued punishing him into the third round, where Ruddock seemed more focused on stopping Tyson with clinches than countering with his own punches. Eventually, Tyson's fearsome left hand wreaked havoc.
Cost him if the fight continues. Steele will have to warn him, and then he'll have to take a blow because the hurricane is building up. Ruddock just went back. Now he's trying to get his uppercuts going. As long as Tyson gets in, he lets him go and lets him work on the end. He's leaning on Tyson. All right.
Another deadly left hook landed on Ruddock, sending him crashing onto his back.
Shots. He just doesn't quite get there.
He got up only to be sent to his corner for the mandatory break. Donovan managed to recover his strength and survive the following rounds without being knocked down again, but he did not escape unscathed. His own left hand seemed to momentarily shake Iron Mike, who was already halfway to victory.
Mike Tyson having his way.
Offensive action.
Ruddock just trying to catch his breath, looking for a second win here. His body way through the board.
Tyson looking for that hook. Warning. Well, that integrity or his honesty.
Iron Mike's ferocious punches made the seventh round conclusion inevitable. While Ruddock seemed to have a brief moment of clarity with powerful combinations during the sixth round, he didn't have much more to give. Donovan was stopped by Tyson after a barrage of punches left him staggering. This was the moment when Richard Steele called for mercy and ended the fight.
Those sit in that punches as they happen, those body shots.
Moves on here, the seventh round coming up, pretty good chins.
Yeah, but did all that, and now it's my turn to hit some.
For withstanding this kind of barrage. Oh, right by Tyson. Tyson has Ruddock on the ropes.
If Tyson applies.
Now the right combination. Steele steps in. Is it over?
At 2 minutes and 22 seconds into the seventh round, Mike Tyson defeated Donovan Ruddock by technical knockout. However, Ruddock was not pleased with this decision. This dissatisfaction led to a rematch, a much tougher battle that he was determined to fight until the end. On June 28, 1991, Ruddock's wish for another chance to defeat Iron Mike was fulfilled. The fight, simply but powerfully promoted as the rematch, was set to take place once again in the ring at the Mirage Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Mike Tyson remained the #1 heavyweight contender for the World Boxing Council, the World Boxing Association, and the International Boxing Federation. However, due to his previous tragic defeat, a couple of these organizations had turned their backs on Ruddock. Donovan was only ranked as the #2 heavyweight contender under the critical eyes of the World Boxing Council. With Mills Lane as the new third man in the ring, a true clash of titans began. Tyson aimed to start the fight with close-range combat, but Ruddock kept his distance. Brief exchanges occurred during the first round, and Ruddock seemed to struggle to keep up. Due to the clash of forces, clinches began prematurely. Once again, tensions ran high as both fighters ended up trading punches after the bell.
Straight up in front of Razor Ruddock, almost disdaining his hook.
A solid right. I'll run it, Tyson, but it was well covered. Good counter punch by Tyson.
The jab from Ruddock.
Big right by Tyson.
He's got him in.
And they continue after the bell.
Ruddock decided to face Tyson like a wall, but Mike came out swinging with crushing punches in the second round. Striking left and right, his focus shifted to headshots, and Donovan was in serious trouble. A devastating right hand sent Ruddock to one of his now familiar technical knockdowns on the canvas. However, this proved to be a wake-up call.
Get killed if he does that.
And where is that?
Ruddock should be smothering him. He's letting him punch on the inside.
Says Mills Lane. Oh, down goes Ruddock.
When he returned to the fight, he made sure to shake Mike's world like never before. At last, the exchanges seemed more balanced.
Ruddock in trouble.
Get something going to make Mike Vick
Ruddock used his left hand to keep Tyson at a distance during the third round, landing punches whenever Mike lowered his guard. More clinches followed, but body shots didn't cease because of them. Tyson's offense began to lose some of its effectiveness as Donovan adjusted his stance. Fortunately for Mike, he always knew how to change his game plan at the last second. In the fourth round, when Ruddock missed a monstrous uppercut, Mike seized the perfect opportunity to land a brutal right hook, causing Donovan's second knockdown of the night. After getting up, Ruddock knew he had to endure just enough to make it back to his corner and recover from the undeniable damage Tyson had inflicted. By the fifth round, Ruddock stuck to his plan of keeping Tyson at bay with his left and landing right-handed punches whenever possible. But every so often, Ruddock took a bomb from Mike straight to the face, forcing him to take a moment to reorganize his thoughts. By the sixth round, Tyson was already punishing Ruddock severely. Donovan's offensive brilliance seemed to appear only in flashes, during which he landed solid body and head shots on Mike. Unfortunately, the promise of quality over quantity wasn't enough to weaken an opponent of Iron Mike's caliber. Like any beast, Tyson demanded to be hit hard and repeatedly before taking even a single step back.
Tyson opening up. He's got Ruddock and hooks. And Tyson looking for...
Ruddock's left hand delivered powerful blows against Mike's resolve during the seventh round. This new audacity from Donovan led to much fairer exchanges, forcing Tyson to consider every move he made. Once again, the fighters' rivalry exceeded its limits at the end of the eighth round. After the bell rang, Donovan and Mike exchanged punches as though the fight could continue indefinitely. This led to Ruddock receiving a 1-point deduction on the judges' scorecards. It was a prelude to an explosive ninth round, where Ruddock's uppercuts and Tyson's hooks threatened to take each other's lives. Mike's judgment grew so clouded that he was penalized with a point deduction for low blows. Seeing red, the target of his attacks became unclear. He just wanted to inflict damage.
He's certainly going to make Holyfield overconfident. Watching this, chosen not to fight again. He's neither one.
But there were moments back in the second and fourth when
For Ruddock, he was doing great. You wondered how Mike could take that hammer. Oh, nice uppercut. Two nice uppercuts by Razor Ruddock. Oh, low blow, low blow, low blow. Wonderful left by Ruddock.
It got through, Birdie.
The intensity of the fight didn't wane in the 10th round. Ruddock, who occasionally covered his face with both forearms, opened his guard to send punches toward Mike, even managing to momentarily press him against the ropes.
Nice right hand by Tyson.
He gave Tyson no respite until the sound of the bell. Tyson's desperation to secure victory manifested in new low blows, costing him yet another point deduction. During the final 2 rounds, both fighters decided to unleash their heavy artillery. Mike, who hadn't anticipated the fight going the distance, relentlessly attacked the body. Meanwhile, Ruddock clung to his goal of finishing the fight on his feet.
Winning one round. And Tyson, and the risk here is enormous. Right hand by punches. giving you some kind of, but I think he's ahead. All this away. This is heavyweight action at its best. Oh, Tyson just got hammered and he comes back fighting.
When the closing bell finally rang, the two fighters shared an embrace, signaling that their rivalry had come to an end. However, as the announcer took center ring, Ruddock's smile vanished upon hearing the judges declare Tyson the winner by unanimous decision. Still, for Donovan, it felt like a victory to have shaken Mike's world repeatedly and denied him the satisfaction of another knockout win. Proud. Try it on closing. If you've made it this far, thank you. Remember, the best way to support my content is by leaving a like on the video. Do you agree with the judge's decision in the rematch, or do you think Ruddock deserved at least a split decision? I'll read your thoughts in the comments. Mike Tyson's height cast doubt on his ability to defeat the toughest contenders in the heavyweight division. But like every great pugilist, Mike turned what others saw as his weakness into his strength, delivering brutal performances to defeat some of the biggest and most muscular fighters of his era. In today's video, you'll witness how Iron Mike, the young knockout machine, demolishes true giants of the ring. Some of them shared bad blood with Tyson, creating a hostile environment beyond the rivalry of competition. Stay until the end, and brace yourself. This video is not for the faint-hearted. Content: Mike Tyson versus Jose Ribalta. It was August 17, 1986, and inside the ring at the Trump Plaza Hotel in Atlantic City, New Jersey, an epic clash was about to take place. Mike Tyson, with an unblemished record of 25 wins, 23 by the hard way of knockout, was set to face one of the most imposing giants of his career, Jose Ribalta. Tyson entered the fight ranked as the #1 heavyweight contender by the World Boxing Association and #2 by the World Boxing Council. With Rudy Battle as the third man in the ring, this death match began. Tyson knocked Ribalta down 3 times before stopping him in the 10th and final round, just when everyone expected the victory to be decided by the judges. Mike floored Ribalta with a right hook to the body, a combination of right uppercuts in the 2nd round, and a left hook that sent him crashing into the ropes and onto the canvas in the 8th round.
Tyson, he said, I don't mean to take anything away from Tillis. Again, just tremendous body shots and what an up.
Counter right hand by Mike Tyson is invited.
And there was an uppercut. It's about to go. There's a big right hand, and Ribalta's.
There is no spring.
And there's a smashing left hand.
But it wasn't until the final round that Iron Mike decided to unleash his heavy artillery. At the start of the 10th round, Tyson knocked Ribalta down with an abominable left hook.
Oh, what a shot! And Ribalta's down.
After Ribalta got up at the count of 4, Mike unleashed a barrage of clean hooks straight to his head, forcing Rudy Battle to stop the fight.
That's a fighter.
At 1 minute and 37 seconds of the 10th round, Iron Mike was declared the winner by technical knockout. For Ribalta, this was his 2nd knockout loss. Mike Tyson versus Tyrell Biggs. If you're a fan of the sport, you might remember Tyrell Biggs for 2 things. 1, for winning the gold medal in the super heavyweight division at the 1984 Olympic Games, or 2, for the beating Mike Tyson gave him on July 16, 1987, after years of grudges and personal rivalries. Tyson's lifelong dream was to represent the United States at the Olympics, but it was cut short when he was rejected due to his height. Biggs, who represented the USA, did not hesitate to mock what was likely the biggest setback in Mike's history. This sparked a conflict that lasted until the moment the two met in the ring at the Convention Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Biggs claimed he had known Tyson before he became overrated, as he put it, and that it wouldn't take long to destroy him. Despite Tyson, the youngest heavyweight champion in history, defending the World Boxing Council, World Boxing Association, and International Boxing Federation titles, Biggs underestimated him. Tyson, however, carried the chip on his shoulder of proving he was better than Biggs and that the Olympic spot and medal could have been his. With Tony Orlando as the third man in the ring, the fighters were ready to settle the score. Summary round after round, Tyson's infamous left hooks landed on Biggs' jaw. The unified heavyweight champion showed no trouble connecting his punches, while Biggs seemed powerless to resist. Biggs' decline was painful to watch over 6 rounds, as the young Olympic hopeful he once mocked had become his executioner. Finally, in the 7th round, the Olympic medalist Tyrell Biggs had had enough. One of Tyson's signature left hooks marked Biggs' exit, sending him flying directly into his corner, landing motionless on the canvas with his legs eerily in the air.
Oh, that was a tremendous.
Karma acted epically, staining Biggs' undefeated record with his first professional loss dealt by none other than Iron Mike. At 2 minutes and 59 seconds into the 7th round, Tyson was declared the winner by technical knockout. Mike Tyson versus Mitch Green. Another rivalry that exceeded the healthy limits of competition in the ring was the one Mitch Green created with Mike Tyson. Mitch Blood Green was a nickname that followed him from the streets to the honorable boxing rings. As a gang leader in his spare time, Blood Green didn't hesitate to threaten his opponents with death. Tyson was no exception. But on the night of May 20th, 1986, under the iconic lights of Madison Square Garden in New York, Green's words would fail to match his abilities. And Iron Mike, the young knockout machine, would claim another victim. Summary, Tyson applied relentless pressure on Green throughout the fight, landing a series of powerful blows to his head and body that earned him the judges' favor. On 3 occasions, Green's mouthguard went flying due to Tyson's brutal punches, as Mike delivered short, devastating hits that landed on his opponent without resistance.
That jab in his face and not be intimidated by his punching power.
Mike Tyson around, so we'll see what he does about that against Mitch Green.
Always aggressive, right in front of his man. Now we see some head movement Mitch Green makes is the fact that he does some coordinators to make a guy like Mike Tyson respect him and get him in sharp. That's the uppercut. Mobility. Frustrated fighter.
Good left hand.
However, Green refused to throw in the towel. Several times, Blood Green counterattacked with flurries of punches that exposed Tyson's vulnerabilities.
Green got a couple of punches in, but as far as how solid those punches are, there's no comparison. Now Green holding.
Bad habit of leaning back. Watch the left hook with those quicker shots. There's the left hook I was talking about. Notice that there is no mount.
Did draw a warning from Luis Rivera, the referee, about holding. Green's in trouble out against Tillis. And what
he works his way in.
The mouthpiece come out with that.
His best rally of the fight right here.
Look here. No.
He's caught Tyson 4 or 5 times.
And he landed with a good uppercut there.
Green just trying to tie Tyson up, and a couple of good shots by Mitch Green.
But as the later rounds approached, clinches began to dominate, eating up more and more of the fight time. This led the crowd of over 6,500 spectators to boo both fighters. After 10 controversial rounds, Tyson was declared the winner by unanimous decision. However, this wouldn't be the last time these two fighters clashed. Satyrus. Seemdil clandestine rematch. On the morning of August 23, 1988, Tyson was visiting Dapper Dan's, a clothing store known for serving a clientele ranging from rap stars to pimps, to pick up a custom-made jacket. When Blood Green learned that Iron Mike was in his territory, he decided to confront him and start an impromptu rematch. The altercation quickly escalated into physical violence when Green threw a sucker punch. Tyson responded with a straight right hand that landed squarely on Green's nose, leaving his face drenched in real blood. As a result, the gang leader was humiliated on his home turf and required 5 stitches to recover. Meanwhile, Tyson's punch was so powerful that he fractured his hand, forgetting he wasn't wearing gloves. This injury led to the postponement of his first fight with Frank Bruno. Mike Tyson versus Frank Bruno. On February 25, 1989, Mike Tyson and Frank Bruno finally met in the ring at the Las Vegas Hilton to fulfill the commitment they had signed a year earlier. By this time, Mike was defending the World Heavyweight titles from the Ring Magazine, the International Boxing Federation, the World Boxing Association, and the World Boxing Council. The anticipation generated by the delay in the initial fight added a new level of excitement, and fans expected 12 hard rounds of great boxing. However, the power behind Iron Mike's punches led to an early conclusion. With the memorable Richard Steele as the third man in the ring, the fighters jumped into action. From the start of the bout, Mike focused his fury on trying to secure a quick knockout. In those early seconds of the first round, Tyson had a good chance to break the record for the fastest knockout in history, previously set by James Jeffries against Jack Finnegan in 1900.
Bruno showing that he's not afraid. Hey, he's already tagged with the right hand. And there goes Bruno for the first time.
Unfortunately for Tyson, Bruno managed to rise from the canvas and continued the fight. From this point, Tyson's sadism was something that cannot be described.
Standing for him, he get tagged again by a right hand. He's trying to hang on to Mike and hit on hanging on and hitting Mike wobbly already. Right hand misses Frank Bruno. Bruno has come to try and mix it up. He's hanging on. Points will mean anything by the time this fight's over. And Frank Bruno is...
Finally, at 2 minutes and 55 seconds into the 5th round, Mike Tyson claimed a resounding victory over Frank Bruno by technical knockout.
Big trouble. The uppercut catches him. The right hand catches him and lands. Tyson knows he's got him in big trouble. The barrel has the big right hand trouble. If he doesn't answer it, Richard Steele.
This sparked Bruno's desire to face Tyson again in the ring for a chance at revenge. If you've made it this far, I thank you. Remember, the best way to support my content is by leaving a like on the video. Do you know the result of the second encounter between Tyson and Bruno? Share your knowledge with the community in the comments.